everyone, welcome to my Christmas in July Destash series. This will be my third video in the series, and this video will be a destash of laces, trims, fabrics, doilies, and things along those lines. So everything that I have available is going to be vintage, I believe. I think the fabrics are vintage, if I'm not mistaken. Some of them might be a little bit newer, but I think everything is going to be vintage. So let's go ahead and get started. I will put all of the information below on how you can purchase any of the lots if you're interested. I will also attach the playlist link below if you're interested in looking at some of the other destash lots that I have available. So let's go ahead and get started. This will be lot 1, and it is going to be vintage doilies and things like that, I believe. Maybe some handkerchiefs, I think. All right, so, and please disregard my horrible looking fingernails. I've been cleaning and sorting and organizing, so I have not had a chance, or really, there's no reason to paint them right now because I would just mess them up again. So here is what is included in this lot, and some, I don't know if these were cut from a tablecloth. I'm not sure, but some of the stuff will have some staining. It is vintage, and some of it will be older than others. I believe these were probably from about the 90s, but some of these other things are going to be older. Here's a stack of some handkerchiefs. Here is some Irish linen. And these are probably linen. Yes, Irish linen. And this one is so pretty. I had so many intentions for all of this stuff and ideas, craft projects, but I just don't have time to do all of them. And I'm running out of room again. That's some really pretty crochet detail. So I need to pass this stuff along. Here is another linen. I don't know if this one is a handkerchief or like a table. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think about this one. It's pretty. Some lace doilies. And most of this stuff is in really good shape, so you could use it for home decor or for junk journals or crafting. And this is a really long table runner. I can't remember. Yeah, it looks like it does have a few little issues. And this one has some staining. It looks like a few little holes there. So this is probably would be something to use for crafting. Here is another table runner. Oh, I did not realize those are birds. That is cute. I don't think I ever realized that. If I did, I've completely forgotten. That is adorable. Here is, I guess it's a scarf. I don't really know. It's shaped like a scarf. So that is everything that will be included in this lot. It will be $12, not including shipping. So if you're interested, I will have the information in the description, and I'll just need your zip code or address so I can give you a quote on shipping. I think this is, let me weigh it. So 10 ounces shipped ground. It's probably not going to be all that much. If I had to guess, maybe $5 or $6 depending on where you live. This is going to be lot 1. Here is lot 2. This is going to be vintage laces and trims, and they are all vintage. So you will get a spool of this. Look how pretty that is. And there's still quite a bit left on the spool. Here is some lace. And there's quite a bit of that. I threw in these cute little crocheted flowers. This is really pretty. It is so soft. Look how pretty that is. And you will get a pretty good amount of that. Here's some lace trim. And some eyelet laces. You'll get a good amount of that one. I tried to organize these a little bit, but I'm running out of time. Things keep popping up, and you know how life goes. You try to plan, but it doesn't always work out. So that one has some little flowers, I guess, on it. And this one is so pretty. You get quite a bit of that. They're actually all pretty. And this one is really pretty. So, and there's quite a bit of that one. Then I have 2 of the new old stock ribbon. What does it say here? Or lace, rather. Fashion trims. Fiber content undetermined origin. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, but you will get 2 packages of that, and then I will probably just leave it all in this. This is a vintage placemat, so I'll probably just ship it like that. So this one will be $12 as well, not including shipping, and this is lot 2. This will be lot 3. It is going to be trims and laces, and then I am throwing in these vintage placemats. Look how pretty they are. I was going to make fabric envelopes out of them. I will show you this one right here. I just sewed the sides of it and made a little flap, and I was going to put a button or something right here to hold it closed, and I just thought it made the cutest envelope. But of course, again, I just have to be realistic. I don't have time to do that. So you will get this 1, 2, 3, there's 4 of them. You will get all 4 of the vintage placemats. Here is some vintage seam binding and some vintage trim, the crochet trim. Here's some pink. I think this might be hand done. I'm sure it is. Look how pretty that is. Is this the same? Yes, okay, I thought it was different, but I guess it's all the same. But look how pretty that is. Here's some vintage ruffled lace. Some more, I guess this would be considered crocheted lace or trim. And some trim. Here's some more seam binding. And then this spool of trim. Here is a piece. I don't know if this might even be antique. I'm not sure. And this lot has more cream colors. The other one, look how pretty those hearts are. The other one had white, so here's everything you will get with this lot. It is going to be, let's make it $12 too. I really need to get rid of this stuff. So it will be $12, not including shipping. Let me tell you how much this one weighs. This one is going to be 1.3. That is before packaging materials, so you'll probably need to add a few more ounces or so. So this is lot 3. And the final lot is going to be fabrics. And I have some vintage yo-yos here. I think most of this fabric is vintage. I'm not positive. It came from my mom's stash. So some of it might be newer, but I believe the majority might be vintage. Here's some butterflies already cut out. And what did she do here? I don't know. I'm not a quilter, so people who are quilters, they'll know what this is all about. And she has them marked, well, some of them anyway. I saw notes. Bottom butterflies. And this would have been a beautiful quilt. Look at the fabric she picked out. Top butterflies. Left side. So there's a stack of the butterflies. Then there's some squares already cut out. And here, I don't know what this was going to be, but there's a stack. I think my aunt said it was going to be some sort of ring quilt, but I don't really know. Again, I'm not a quilter. I do love quilts. I have a bunch of quilts from my great-grandmother, from my grandmother, from my mom. I was going to use them to create something. I didn't really have a plan or an idea, but I just thought they were really cute. But again, I keep saying this, I have to be realistic. I just have too many other things on my to-do list. And these are just too cute to sit around for no one to do something with. So there's a huge stack, as you can see. And then I guess this is the butterfly pattern that she used. So here is this, and we'll do 10 on this plus shipping. This will be lot 4. So there are the 4 lots. If you're interested, I will put the information below. Also check out my other Destash videos. I will combine shipping if you're interested in several different lots. If you have any questions, drop those in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.